74% of respondents choose companies or brands based on their customer service experiences as shared by other users of the internet. Purchasing behaviour is becoming driven by customer reviews. The bottom point, 81% of those polled said they believe blogs, online rating systems and discussion forums give customers a greater voice in customer service. You know what? They're right. Major brands now have entire departments whose job is to trawl the internet and find what the level of brand sentiment towards their brand is. Is it positive? Is it negative? How negative? Why is it negative? What are the things that people are saying? And then they report it back to try and get it fixed. For McDonald's, it's the second largest budget area next to advertising in their marketing department. It's online research into what people are saying about McDonald's in social media sites. One aspect of the user technology. It's about trust. Now, okay, we're in 2013 now. This slide is from 2007. But it's not changed that much recently. To what extent do you trust the following bits of advertising? Recommendations from consumers, 78%. Look where television is. Brand sponsorships, radios and stuff. If you were a marketeer, wouldn't you be looking at this and going, well, hang on a minute, all these traditional methods for us promoting the brands aren't as effective as recommendations. I know what I would be doing. I'd be spending money on trying to get as many recommendations as possible. I would be making it as absolutely as easy as possible for every single one of my satisfied customers to be leaving a recommendation. And I would be actually promoting those recommendations. That's what I'd be tweeting. Recommendation from XYZ. Makes you think a little bit about all the money that we spend on advertising, branding and everything else in context to what we actually spend on trying to get positive customer reaction. Also feeds a lot into lifetime value calculations and stuff as well, if you think about it. How many of you ever use YouTube as a place to go and look for academic information? Very few of you. We're missing out. YouTube is the second largest search engine next to Google. It has a wealth of information on there. It's worth using for assignments, etc. You know? My guide on how to use Harvard referencing includes how to reference video sources, because increasingly in marketing we use video sources. And indeed, we'll be using more and more video sources because we'll be using digital video, digital websites, etc. Anybody ever see this? Mark lives in IKEA. This was a guy who was an IKEA fan, a comedian, a filmmaker. And he persuaded IKEA to let him live in their short store front window. I think it was a week. It generated lots and lots of media coverage for IKEA and for the comedian as well, which is why he did it, so it was a win-win situation. It got in the press, it got on the local TV, it got on the local radio. It wasn't IKEA's idea, it was his idea. The brand presence for IKEA rocketed around New York from this. advertising is going to change. Promotion is going to change. Because we're going to move more and more to digital, online, highly targetable sources. In 1996, in the UK, we had 7,000 magazine and newspaper titles. We now have 17,000 magazine and newspaper titles. And that's gone down. The peak was 26. In 1996, we had 5 TV channels. Now we have 600 TV channels, if you exclude the online ones as well. The media has fragmented, and as it has fragmented, the old style mass communication has had to change. Digital is a natural partner to supporting highly targeted marketing campaigns. And using online video is becoming one of the major ways that we support those campaigns. Who would have thought, when YouTube started, that it could be used to sell cars? Or to sell insurance? Or to sell cakes? Or to sell clothes? But it is. It's not just a funny video site where you can go and look at the videos of laughing dogs and pop stars burning their hair off, etc. It's a means of communication between business and consumers. And indeed, this type of communication on YouTube outweighs the use of YouTube for non-business purposes. Next year, when you do advertising and promotion with Chris Hackler, maybe myself as well, I'll teach some of the workshops. There is a whole set of videos on YouTube from students of their presentations and of their adverts that they developed for those presentations. There are lots and lots of other projects on YouTube that are video projects that are done by university students, high school students, etc. So YouTube is also becoming a means of communication for education. There are videos on YouTube from Philip Kotler, from Malcolm McDonald, from a whole variety of other academics on specific subjects, giving you lecture materials and information. The university is using a version of YouTube to lecture to students in Singapore. We record the lectures here and it's delivered over a dedicated YouTube channel. Other universities are doing the same sort of thing. None of this would be possible without digital technology. It changes business. This point backs up that information is what most of us seek when we use digital communication means. We're searching for information and we use search engines to do that. And in fact, one of the key aspects of a marketeer these days is getting the search engine optimization right, your SEO. It's not simple. I won't dwell on this because I'm sure you're all familiar with search engines. We use widgets to help deliver product information and service. And indeed, widgets are the forerunners of Apple's apps. Because apps that go on their tablets and things are essentially widgets by a different name. This, however, is the biggest point to remember. Digital has been the main growth area. But one specific main area of growth over the next 20 years will be the use of digital in mobile. Communicating with people as they're on the move. To their smartphones, to their netbooks, to their iPads, to their Samsung Galaxy 3s or whatever else is going to be coming out next. We even have it now down to the level of some of the inner tabs that kids of 5 and 6 have, where they're downloading stories, they're downloading information, they're watching videos.